everybody. Welcome, Shane back with you here from Guitar at Work. Welcome, Shane Simpson from Guitar at Work. Welcome back. This is Matchbox 20's 3 a.m. And I want to thank Harry for requesting this. Harry from New Braunfels, Texas, which apparently is halfway between San Antonio and Austin. Thanks a lot, Harry. It was just a couple of weeks ago. Hope you'll enjoy this. I love the request because there's only 4 chords in it. I think we're going to be finalists. G, we got a D, we got a C add 9, we got an E minor. So nothing scary in the left hand, but there's some neat strumming stuff that if you're looking to bring your strumming up a little bit, just to challenge you here and there. And also, there's multiple guitars. There are multiple guitars on the recording. We'll focus on the acoustic for sure, but then let's also steal a few of the fills that the electric guy is doing, and that way you won't have these giant holes in there. But the good thing is you can always just play it as a straight ahead acoustic song and peck away at these little fills that we'll be talking about toward the end that'll really bring it to life. So always a couple of different levels that you can go at. But again, I want to thank you for coming back. Your thumbs up have meant the world. Lots of great comments and suggestions. I appreciate that. Keep them coming. And we'll be playing along to the fabulous BEATBUDDY. Happy to be affiliated with Singular Sound. Let's use it to practice together. We'll do a run through at reduced speed. Let's do about half the song at reduced speed. Make sure you're feeling good about that. And then toward the end, let's do it at full speed. And for those BEATBUDDY people that have been asking me to put the BEATBUDDY settings at the very beginning of the video, let's do that right now. I'm using the Blues 1 pattern that came pre-installed on your BEATBUDDY. Nothing fancy, Blues 1 pattern. And we're at 108 beats per minute for the full speed play along. 108 beats per minute. And it's a great pattern. I use it often, maybe too much, but it's a great pattern for sure. Hey, and I've got sheets for you before let's dig right in. And oh, hey, capo 1, in case I forget to mention, you're going to put your capo on the first fret. And I've got 3 sheet seats for you. As always, you've got, head to patreon.com/guitaratwork. Grab these. I've got 2 sheets with the lyrics and the chords over top, and also a detail sheet that's going to come in very handy. I'll be referring to these the whole time. I've got them here on my trusty iPad, so we're good to go. I'll bring you right in. If I go in G, there's a G. Just to make sure you have the chord shapes, there's G. There you go. And C add 9, as you probably know, you just bring your first and second fingers down, one toward the floor. That's C add 9. You're trying to avoid that low string when you're strumming that guy. There you go. And here's a D, we all know and love. And notice, the ring finger didn't move. Through all those 3 chords, the ring finger stayed put. Yeah, so that is G, C add 9, and D. Ring finger stayed put. And later on in the song, in the chorus, we're going to have an E minor. Yeah. So you should have a working familiarity with those chords. Otherwise, if your left hand is sluggish on those chords, your right hand just does not know what to do. That's often that when people tell me that they have strumming troubles or they have no rhythm or however they're phrasing that, it's usually because their left hand is trying to play catch up with the right hand. And sorry, there's a few people that have commented that asked me to slow down. I'm talking, sometimes I talk too fast. I actually put a note right there. It says slow down. And this is decaf. So yeah, I'm trying to it's G, D, C. The intro does this. I'm going to start on G, and you want to have those chords together, as I was saying before you leap right in. So here is, I'm going to start on the G. The intro does this. I'm going to go down on the G, up, and then I'm going to take off the first and second fingers, strum a downstroke, and then hammer those 2 fingers. Now, if you're new to hammer-ons, first of all, you need some accuracy. If you miss altogether, obviously you're not going to get the notes that you want, so it might take a bit of practice. And then if the hammer-ons are not as loud as you want, that's just sure-footedness. You just got to get on there and be sure-footed, and you need to give it a pretty good strum to give you the momentum that you're going to need to keep those notes alive. So here it is again. Here's G, down, up. Here's a downstroke, hammer. Remember, the fingers come off on the last downstroke. Here it is again. G, down, up. Off we go, hammer. There it is. So let's see you got that. I got this so far. Down, up, hammer. Follow that with an up, down, up. That'll be on screen there for you. Grab your sheets too, that's a big deal. Here's a G again. Down, up, hammer. And then up, down, up on the C add 9. Okay, so that would be great to stop tape right there. You could stop tape right there and just get that together. It's often a good idea to watch these videos in their entirety without a guitar in hand, just to see, okay, what's the pacing, where are some logical places that we could stop, in case it's all just sort of bouncing off your forehead. I know how that can be. Here's the intro a few times round and round, and I'm leaving out the fills right now that the electric guitar is playing. This is just your straight ahead intro. So down, up, hammer, and then up, down, up. And when I say the intro, sorry guys, with the intro, he actually just does this down, up, hammer, repeat, down, up, hammer. And then there's a fill. We'll talk about the fill after. And that will be this thing. Let's not do that yet. Now, and then, okay, then when the intro goes into full rhythm, it's this, down, up, hammer, up, down, up. That's one cycle. So I'm going to go round and round on that and play along with me if you can. Here's G coming, 3, 4, down, up, hammer, up, down, up, hammer, up, down, up, G, up, hammer, up, down, up, hammer, up, down, up. Good. Now let's invoke the fabulous BEATBUDDY. It's a great practice tool. It's basically a metronome on steroids, right? So I'm going to bring it down. It's at 108 beats per minute, this song. And I am going to bring that down just for practice sake to 88. So just go here, just literally turn the dial until it's at 88 beats a minute. There we go. And I'll just start her up here. There we go. That would be down, up, hammer, up, down, up, hammer, up, down, up, 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 up, hammer, up, down. There we go. Good. And again, as easy as that with the BEATBUDDY. See how it brings it to life, and it'll let you know, but you'll know in a hurry if you're ahead or behind. And again, if you go to the Singular Sound, there's a link in the description for that. And if you use the promo code GAW10, you'll get 10% off. Helps support the channel. I really appreciate it. Love this thing. I've been using it for years and years, and people have been grabbing them, and we've been talking back and forth here and on Patreon. And it's a really, really great practice tool. So good on you. So that's at 88 beats a minute. So the idea is you'd probably want to be able to do that before you move along, right? So it's always about pieces, like steps, right? That is your intro bit, and I'll call it the main riff. And then before we get into the fills toward the end, she's going to go D in the verse. It's going to go D, and you just stop dead there. Count it though. I'm going to go 1, 2, C add 9. She says it's cold outside. Then the main riff. When it's bracketed like that, you're seeing the G and the C add 9 bracketed. On my charts, at least, that means they're not a full bar. So that's your quick part. So let me go from the beginning of the verse. Here's a D, C add 9. She says it's cold outside. And here's your G to C add 9. Hands me your raincoat. There'll be 2 of those, which is basically your intro, right? And your main riff. And then the D is going to happen again. She's always worried, C add 9, about things like that. Here's your G. End of the line. 3rd line of the verse. Here's a D. She says it's all gonna end. Might as well G be my fault. And here's your main riff. There we go. So a verse. Let me do a verse for you. I'm just sitting on the verse. I'm just doing little stops. And here I'll put the BEATBUDDY on again. 88 beats a minute. I counted 1, 2, 3, D, 4, and 2. C add 9. She says it's cold outside. G hands me a raincoat, G. D, C add 9, she's always worried. G, things like that, G to C add 9. Here's a D, C add 9, this is all gonna end. G, might as well be my fault, G to C add 9. Yeah, there you go. That is your verse. Now, if you're one person on an acoustic, those stops, 2, 3, 4, those are big holes. And remember, the electric guitar is filling that up. So you might just want to tinkle a bit. If I go D, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Just fill it up a little bit. Just make sure you leave some room for the singer, right? Because that's the hole that they're sitting in there. Your pre-chorus, I'll call it. Pre-chorus, as the name might suggest, happens before the chorus. Here's a D. She only sleeps. C add 9. When it's raining, D, and she screams, C add 9, and her voice is straining, and then we're into the chorus. So far, so good, right? Pretty straight ahead there. When we get to the chorus, they are 16th note strummed. This is what I love. This is why it's a bit of a strumming exercise. 16th note strumming is this walk the chicken, walk the chicken, walk the chicken. Great way to think about it is walk the chicken, walk the chicken, walk the chicken, walk the chicken. And you're going to notice there's a D bracket. So it's going to go G, quick D, C add 9, D, G, D, C add 9. Now, I'm going to take the chords out of the equation because that's hard to memorize. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to feel the accents. Ah, 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 C add 9, I'm just going to call it C so I can shout him out. So notice this guy in 16ths, this guy never stops, okay? Watch out for too many sheets of paper, whatever it is, that are giving you exact strumming patterns, because a lot of the time, this guy's just moving. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking, walk the chicken, walk the chicken, walk the chicken, walk the chicken, like that. And if I put the accents in where the chords change, it's 3, 4, G, D, C, D, B, G, D, C, D, B, G, D, C, D, B. Now with the chords, 2, 3, G, G, D, C, D, B, G, D, C, D, B, G, D, C, D, B, E minor, D, C. Stop on that C add 9. That's your chorus. The challenge will be flipping from one strumming pattern to the other. I highly encourage you to try it. And at first you might just be, oh, I can't find it, I can't find it. And watch it when you're going 16th. Your body feels that as quite fast. And when we're strumming fast, not only does your body feel it fast, it wants to feel it loud. It wants to go, your body thinks the faster you go, the louder you should go. You need to calm that down. So otherwise, your pick gets snagged, it starts rotating on you, it goes flying, right? So that it's nice and gentle, just little scrubs. G, D, C. Also like whisper strums, I'll call them whisper strums. G, D, C, D, D, G, D, C, D, D, G, D, C, D, D. Good. Grab those sheets, that's giving you the order of the chords. Remember, the bracketed D means it's fast. It's almost like a doorway between the G and the C add 9. Hope you're following me so far. Great place to stop tape. I've got the BeatBuddy set up again at still at 88 beats a minute. So I'm going to do a run through. Let's say verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Okay, just to have an idea with no fills, maybe some little tinkles to fill the holes a little bit. But let's get the BeatBuddy going, and I'll start it right from the intro. 1, 2, 3, 4, and again, intro again. That's where it says stop. Now we're into full strum 4 times. G, 2, and 3. There's 4. D, verse 1, 2. C add 9 says it's cold outside. G to C add 9, a raincoat. D coming. C add 9, she's always worried about. G to C add 9, main riff, and D coming. 2, C add 9, it's all gonna end. G, might as well, G be my fault. Pre-chorus, D, she only sleeps. C add 9, when it's raining. 2, D, she screams. C add 9, and her voice is straining now. Chorus, 16, here we go, baby. D, C add 9, D to G, D to C add 9. Good, D to G, D to C, D to E minor, D to C add 9, stop, 1, 2, main riff 4 times, G to C add 9. Take a hammer. 3. There's 4. Second verse, D. 2, C add 9, she's got a little bit of something. G to C add 9 twice, and D coming. C add 9 in her color portrait world. She believes G to C add 9 twice, got it all. Here's a D coming. 2, C add 9, she swears the moon. Don't hang quite as high, G to C add 9 as it used to. Pre-chorus, now D coming. She only sleeps. C add 9 when it's raining. D, she screams. C add 9, and her voice is straining. And chorus, G, bottom of page 1. D, C add 9. D to G. D to C. Good, D to G cut. D to C. D to G. E minor, right here, E minor. D to C. And you stop right there. There we go. Okay, Okay, so let's call that a slow play along. We did 2 verses, 2 choruses kind of thing, and very much the same thereafter. So let's talk now about the fills, and I'm going to go back up here to 108 beats a minute, concert speed, 108, just by dialing that up. Now, some people ask me also about the Beat Buddies, how do you know what to set it at originally in the song? If you put the song on, you're listening to the song, there's a tap button on the Beat Buddy where you literally tap. You tap your foot and you go tap, tap. Press the tap button. It's called tap tempo, and the drum machine will figure out, so the Beat Buddy will figure out what the tempo is by what you're tapping. So it's fabulous that way. Either that, if you already know what the beats per minute are, you can just dial it up as you're seeing me do there. So some of these fills now, and I would recommend stopping tape there, working on what you have there so far if you're not feeling ready for these fills. But these fills, I'm looking at the details sheet, which is page 3. In the intro, we're doing this, G to C add 9. Intro fill number 1 is this guy. Hammer, little 0-2 written with that little thingy over top, slur marker, hammer. Notice I've kept the ring and pinky there from the chorus. So you get G to C add 9, and then here's my, and then you repeat the G to C add 9. Just before the whole band comes in. Now the second fill, we've gone G to C add 9, and I'm going to take my first finger, put them there, 2nd fret of that G string, and go. And then you're into the full strum. So here's your whole intro with the fills. 3, 4, G to C add 9. Wait for it, long wait. 3, repeat. And move that first finger. And now you're into this business. There we go. Okay, that's what that is. The verse fills, you steal a little bit of time from the C add 9. Let me play it first. So if I go G to C add 9, a couple of times. One more, here it comes. Right here. Back to that. That's the verse fill. So let me do it from the top. You're on G, C add 9, and then you're going to hear this. 0-2 hammered, 0-2 hammered on the D string. Now go to your D shape, like that, and you get 0. I'm going to take off my middle and hammer that on. There it is. Off he comes again. Let's do that bar again. Here's your D. It's C add 9. I'm not going to go to the full one though. I'm just going to move that first finger over and do that. Okay, so here's that verse fill one more time. G to C add 9. Here it comes, 0-2. D. C add 9, half of it. So the C add 9 is sort of a fragmented shape at that point. That can be confusing. I'm calling it C add 9, but it may not look like what you're used to. That happens a lot when you're trying to extract an original idea out. You tend to truncate the chord or do what you have to do to evoke the idea, right? That fill again, G to C add 9. Here it comes. C add 9. And right back to. So that happens every time. Let's make sure this laptop is, that happens every time in the verse. And then during the pre-chorus, where they're going D to C add 9, you're going to hear this, D, C add 9, repeat that, D, C add 9, again, D, good. Now I'm calling that the pre-chorus fill on your detail sheet. Make sure you grab those for sure. There's something after the second chord called the breakdown fill. Remember, now you don't have to do these fills. You can do it as a straight acoustic song. If that's freaking you out, don't worry. And you can add these one at a time as you're feeling ready. So the breakdown fill is after the second chorus, where they're just kind of sitting there waiting to start up again. So you're on a C add 9. You're just doing this. That is C add 9. Little hammer coming. Again. And that's your breakdown fill. So as I say again, you can do this bare bones. 4 easy chords with a good little right hand pattern, a couple of good little right hand patterns, and then you're adding these fills as you see fit. So let's do this full speed play along, and I'll add these fills as they occur to me, right? And so don't let them freak you out. If you're not feeling ready to begin something like that, just stay with me on the straight ahead chords. even if you're goofing up the right hand patterns, it doesn't matter. Play-alongs are all about trying to keep on going when something bad happens, right? So you're going to see the sections on the screen, and you've got your sheets handy. Stare at them. I'll shout out the chords as best I can and the sections as best I can as well. So just stay with me and try to restart. If you get lost, wait for the chorus or something like that, and just join me in on the chorus. That's all good instinct building stuff. So we're at 108 beats per minute, and I'm going to bring the BEATBUDDY in. And hey, you know what you might do too is separate the fills. If you have a looper, this is huge. Just take a moment here. If you have a looper, which I do here, I've got the Singular Sound Aeros Looper, which is incredible. Okay, it's got a beautiful graphic display. You know exactly where you are in the loop. If I was to let me record a bit of the acoustic part and show you how you might practice these fills. So if I go 1, 2, it's recording here now, and there we go. C9, 2, 3, 4, and so there it is. So what I will do is I'm going to wait as if he's the acoustic guy, and I'll wait to put the fills in. Okay, I'll wait to put all those fills in, and that way I get to practice them without having to do the strumming as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and okay, here it comes. Here it comes again. So you see that instant band, right? Instant band, I love that. I'll get rid of that. Instant band, and it's just incredible how that builds confidence, first of all, and how it builds your recovery skills, right? It's in time. You have to play in time. Too often we're playing alone, and it doesn't matter if we're in time or not because we're not bugging anybody, right? So highly recommend. That is the Singular Sound Aeros Loop Studio. It's fantastic. There's it's product, what do you call it? Description down below. Also a promo code GAW10. Grab one of those. It's fantastic. Works beautifully with the BEATBUDDY. You don't have to have the BEATBUDDY, but it works beautifully. It'll give you a metronome if you don't have one. But love the BEATBUDDY, love the Aeros. So go grab those. They're fantastic. Here we go. Play along. Let's do it. Here's from the top. I'll put the fills in as they occur to me. So here is the intro. I'll get the BEATBUDDY going. So 1, 2, go. Wait for it. Intro fill again. Main riff. 2 more. Last one. Here we go. Verse. D. C9, 2, 3, and main riff. D. C9. Sleeps. It's raining. D, screen. C9. Chorus. Here we go. G. D, C. D, G. D, C. D, G. D, C. D to E minor. D to C. Wait for it. Main riff. G to C9. Go. 4 times. Last one. Fills. Here we go. D. C9. D. Color portrait. She believes that she's got it all. G to C9. She swears. Coming here. D. Swears. C9. The moon don't hang. G to C9. Go. Put the fills in if you can. D. Pre-chorus. D. C9 is raining. The C9, her voice is straining. Chorus, bottom of page 1 now. D to G. D to C9. G. C9, it's time. D to E minor. Here we go, E minor. D to C9, stop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, that's your breakdown. One more. Now quietly, page 2. That's your main riff quiet. There's 3. Page 2 verse. D. C9. add 9, G to C add 9, D, C add 9, C add 9, D, C add 9, G to C add 9, strum, B, build, C add 9, last chorus, 1, 2, 3, go. D to C add 9, D to G. C add 9, good, D to G. D to C add 9, D to E minor. D to C add 9. Let's go again. Ah, G. D to C add 9, good, D to G. D to C add 9, D to G. C add 9, D to E minor. Here we go. D to C add 9, ba, ba, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. That's the whole tune. Now I was picking and choosing which fills I wanted to put in there, or maybe which fills I was capable of putting in there. Depending. So if you're one person playing the guitar, you're trying to capture a few parts there. So I love this song for that. It can either be a 4-chord easy song that you don't worry about any fills, you're just trying to get through it, and that's a level you gotta achieve and then get beyond, right? So this song has a nice learning curve to it. You can be musical very, very quickly, and it's rich enough to keep you motivated. So I want to thank you, and again, thank you, Harry in Texas. I appreciate that very much. Your thumbs up have meant the world. Again, Singular Sound, the BEATBUDDY, my favorite toy, the BEATBUDDY. It is fantastic. It's like a metronome on steroids. Singular Sound. There's a link in the description. All that happy stuff. Use the promo code GAW10. At checkout, it's going to be 10% off. It helps to support this channel. Much appreciate that. Also, the Aeros, the Looper, fantastic. And as a team, the Aeros Looper and the BEATBUDDY, you can't beat it. It's just fantastic. The BEATBUDDY just plugs in and go. So thanks for those of you who have been asking questions about that, and thanks to the people at Singular Sound. I'm enjoying working with you very much. Hey, so enjoy that, and hey, thumbs up have helped a great deal. Keep those comments coming and those requests. Hood to ho, ow.